and gentlemen, welcome back to the Switch Hitter Podcast. As always, I am your host, Red, where we will be talking all things Yankees baseball. Big news, new phone number to call, 929-630-4980. If you want to drop a line, let's talk about the Yankees. We'll feature you in the next episode. The line is 929-630-4980. You know the deal. Let's jump right into it. We got our weekly overview. New York Yankees on Tuesday, April 19th, took on the Blue Jays, where we got a win at 7:05 p.m., 5-4. Jays took the lead 3-0 until the bottom of the fourth inning, where Ryan McMahon would hit his fourth home run of the year to left field. Aaron Judge would score, Jazz Chisholm would score. Score would be 3-3. Then, our boy, in the bottom of the fifth, Ben Rice, would get his 16th home run of the year. Trent Grisham would score. Warren would get the start as pitcher. His final line, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts with an ERA of 3.61. On Wednesday, May 20th, we continued our series against the Blue Jays in a 2-1 loss. Not a lot to talk about, sadly. It was a slow game. Only 1 scored in the bottom of the 9th for the Yanks. Paul Goldschmidt would ground out. Bellinger would be able to score. Chisholm would go to second. Only 6 hits on the day for the Yankees. 1 by Bellinger, 3 by Chisholm, 1 by Grisham, and 1 by Goldschmidt. However, Schlittler was unstoppable that game. 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, an ERA of 1.50. Schlittler is still on fire. And we didn't fare much better the next day. On Thursday, May 21st, we lost 2-0. Even a worse showing for the Yankees. Not a single score that whole game, and 3 hits on the day. Rice, Spencer Jones, and McMahon will all get a hit each. And Rodon, not the best outing, but not the worst so far. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, an ERA so far of 4.15. Tough series against the Jays. But we're supposed to have good news, right? Friday, May 22nd, our ace was back. New York Yankees took on the Tampa Bay Rays in the first of a 3-game series, and we fell 4-2. Austin Wells would start to produce with his 4th home run of the game in the bottom of the 5th. Jazz Chisholm would get his first triple of the year. Bellinger would score in the bottom of the 8th. That was it. That's all the offense that we could muster. 2 scores. But it was a big game back for Cole. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts with a 0.00 ERA. Welcome back, Cole. Sadly, my boy Tim Hill, would cost us the game. He would do 0.0 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 0 strikeouts, ERA of 2.75. You'll get him next time, Timmy. Saturday, May 23rd versus the Tampa Bay Rays at 1:35 was postponed due to rain. It was an absolute typhoon out there. That game will now be played on September 22nd. And on Sunday, May 24th, the Yankees would play the last game against the Tampa Bay Rays with a 2-0 win. Not a lot of production, but at least we came out with the win. It was a competitive and quiet game for the most part until the bottom of the 9th inning. Aaron Judge would come up to the plate. First pitch, home run, number 17 of the year, fly ball to center right field. Max Schumann would score. Ball game over. Yankees win. Weathers would have a great showing. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.14. Happy pie. Great showing for the Judge and a great way to get out of a slump. And our last game on our weekly overview, Monday, May 25th, the New York Yankees started their series against the Royals, which will be a 3-game series at 3:40 p.m. with a 4-3 win. Cody Bellinger would hit his 7th home run of the year to center right field in the top of the 2nd. The Yankees are up 1-0. José Caballero would single on a line drive to center field. Anthony Volpe would score. Escara to 3rd, top of the 2nd. It is 2-0 Yanks. The game would be tied up in the bottom of the 6th. Kansas City would take the lead, 2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. And Anthony Volpe would single a line drive to left field. Max Schumann would score, and Jazz Chisholm would score. Anthony Volpe would be out on 2nd. Top of the 9th, 4-3 Yankees. Warren would get the start. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.55. Yankees win 4-3. That has been your weekly overview. We will now jump into the Futurecast. On Tuesday, May 26th, the New York Yankees continue their series against the Royals at 7:40 p.m. And on Wednesday, May 27th, they finish up that series away against the Royals, also at 7:40 p.m. After a day off, the Yankees start up a new 3-game series against the Athletics away, starting on Friday, May 29th at 9:40 p.m., then followed up on Saturday, May 30th at 10:05 p.m., and finishing up that series on Sunday, May 31st at 4:05 p.m. Monday is an off day, and of course, I'll be back with you on Tuesday to talk about that game. That has been your Futurecast. We will jump into the Around the MLB standings. At the top of the American League East are the Tampa Bay Rays with 34 wins and 17 losses. 2 games behind them are the New York Yankees with 32 wins and 22 losses. Along the American League Central, we have the Cleveland Guardians with 32 wins, 24 losses, trailed by the Chicago White Sox with 27 wins, 26 losses. American League West are led by the Athletics with 27 wins, 27 losses, followed by the Seattle Mariners with 26 wins, 29 losses. Over in the National League East, the Braves are leading 36 wins, 18 losses, followed by the Washington Nationals, 28 wins, 27 losses. The National League Central is led by the Milwaukee Brewers with 31 wins and 20 losses, followed by the St. Louis Cardinals with 29 wins, 23 losses. And the National League West is led by the Dodgers, who took a lead over the Padres, 34 wins, 20 losses. Again, trailed by the San Diego Padres, 31 wins, 22 losses. That has been your Around the MLB standings. We will now jump into the Pinstripe Rewind of the week. 43 years ago, on May 30th, 1983, American League President Lee MacPhail suspended Yankees owner George Steinbrenner for 1 week for his public criticism of the umpires and officials. Interesting. You don't see that a lot these days. You just see people getting thrown out. And Boone has not been thrown out a lot, especially with ABS. That has been your Pinstripe Rewind of the week. Let's jump into some Yankees news. So, we've been waiting all year. It's only a third of the season so far. Rodon and Cole are officially back in our lineup. They did very well. I'd say Cole did a lot better than Rodon. Rodon still has some kinks to work out. Some people are very angry at Rodon. I don't think that's justified. He just needs to kind of find that strike zone again. And obviously, Cole has more experience. He's been around the league. He's been an ace for a very long time at a very high level. So I expect more from Cole than I do Rodon, especially with the money that we're paying him. But I think Rodon especially will find his groove and will be in a really good spot. Good to have them back up. For me, however, the bullpen is still a bigger cause for concern. That's what happened with Cole's first came back. He threw some amazing pitches. He did an amazing job, as we talked about in our weekly overview, but the bullpen blew it for him. So that's going to be a serious cause for concern as we progress throughout the year. I'd say, to the shock of nobody, Anthony Volpe will remain on the roster after some stellar performances. I don't have a problem with it, but the second things start to go south, people are going to call for his head. Caballero is back off the IL, but they're moving him to third base. And I mean, if they're both producing, keep him in. I would say so far this year, Caballero has been our playmaker, and he's the more important of the two. But if Anthony Volpe continues to impress and continues to do his job, keep Volpe at shortstop and then move Caballero to third base, which is what they're doing. And if this is a good tag team, then so be it. We'll see what happens. Spencer Jones has been brought back down to the minors. He showed some promise with a couple good hits. Nothing really crazy. That batting stance is wild, and I'm not sure if it's going to translate into the big league. So far, it hasn't, and that's why they put him back down there. So I think he needs a little bit more fine-tuning. I think his windup on that hit, I don't know if it's going to work as well as it does in the minors. He was not hitting as big as he does down there. I mean, he could be a good player to get some people on base, maybe middle of the lineup, but, we'll have to see what happens with that. I think he has some promise. He was their number 6 prospect, but he just needs some more fine-tuning. There have been rumors swirling for a while now about Skubal and his contract. He's currently recovering from elbow surgery, and people are predicting that a bidding war will happen with the remainder of his $32 million contract. People are expecting, obviously, the heavy hitters, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Yanks, Toronto Blue Jays, and the San Diego Padres. Again, the cynic in me just predicts it's going to be the Dodgers. Who do they not pick up? But it'd be nice. It'd be a nice addition to have him. Right now, our lineup looks really good. And apparently he's going to be ready to go as soon as next month. Does the lineup need him right now? Probably not. Will another team probably outbid us? Probably. We have a very high payroll. That never stops the Dodgers. But it'd be interesting to see. It's always fun to talk about these trade rumors, but I don't think we're going to get him. But if we do, we'll see what happens. One of the big question marks this season so far has been our catchers. J.C. Escara and Austin Wells have not been great. Last week was the talk of the town. Everybody wanted Austin Wells' head on a platter. That talk kind of seemed to slow down a little bit. People have moved on. Not that really much has happened with them. They're still batting below 200, the both of them. But I know people were screaming their heads off, get rid of Wells, get rid of Wells, get rid of Wells. But again, when your backup is Escara, I don't know if you're expecting much more production out of that spot. And one last thing I wanted to touch upon was Ryan McMahon, especially now that Caballero might be taking that spot at third base, getting more reps. Ryan McMahon showed some promise at the start of the season, but he definitely cooled off since. He has not been batting as high as he was at the beginning of the season. So that could mean we drop him, we trade him, do something with him. To open up some room for another player, maybe a Skubal that we were talking about earlier. Who knows? I mean, not that those contracts are comparable in the slightest, but if Volpe continues to play the way that he does, Caballero makes an okay start at third base, Ryan McMahon is not going to get a lot of opportunities to show that he deserves to be on this team. So we'll see what happens there. With the news out of the way, we will now jump into our player spotlight of the week, and that is none other than the Judge himself, Aaron Judge. The 34-year-old from Linden, California is the current right fielder for the New York Yankees. He is signed through 2031 on a 9-year, $360 million deal, signed in 2023 into the 31 season. He was drafted by the Oakland Athletics in the 31st round of the 2010 MLB June Amateur Draft from Linden High School in Linden, California, and the New York Yankees in the first round, 32nd overall, in the 2013 MLB June Amateur Draft from California State University in Fresno, California. His 2025 stats include a .331 batting average, a .457 OBP, a .688 slugging, and a 1.144 OPS. He made his debut on August 13, 2016 at 24 years old against the Tampa Bay Rays, where he had 4 at-bats, 2 hits, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. He has a plethora of accolades. He is a 7-time All-Star in 2017, 2018, and from 2021 all the way to 2025. A 3-time American League MVP in 22, 24, and 25. A 4-time All-MLB First Team in 21, 22, 24, and 25, American League Rookie of the Year in 2017, a 5-time Silver Slugger Award winner, 2017, 21, 22, 24, and 25, 3-time American League Hank Aaron Award winner in 22, 24, and 25, a Roberto Clemente Award winner in 23, MLB Batting Champion in 2025, a 3-time American League home run leader in 2017, 2022, and 2024, a 2-time MLB RBI leader in 2022 and 2024, and of course, an American League record of 62 home runs in a single season. Whew, can you catch your breath? Aaron Judge, all rise, our right fielder. Thank you very much. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Judge was on a bit of a slump so far this season. Hopefully he batted himself and home runned himself right out of that today. We'll see if that continues. As As always, I've been your host, Red. Thank you so much for listening to the Switchhander podcast. Drop a line, 929-630-4980. We want to hear all your Yankee takes, and I'll see you on the field.